Hello, everybody. It's time for the big show. Come on in. Let me know that you're here. Hello, Don Ledger. Holy smokes, your hand had to be right over the notification button. So good. It's good to see you. What's the temperature out there in Arizona? Because I'm going to tell you right now, it is damn cold in Arkansas. All right, excuse me, I'm in Louisiana. It's damn cold in Louisiana. So it's one of those things. We're having a good time. So hello, Mark Calcaterra. Brr, looks cold. Oh, dude, it is so cold. It is nuts. Everything is shut down in Louisiana, except the Chinese place up the road. They went to work today to feed Bossier City. It's nuts. And thank God that they were there. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to drive by and wave at all the people that were in line, because the line stretched for miles and miles. It was crazy. Don Ledger says it's only 62 degrees in Arizona where he is right now. Here's the thing is, that is warm enough for me. I'm coming to see you, Don. I'm going to live at your house for a while. Alrighty, we ready to do this? I think that we're ready to do this. Let's go. Hello, everybody. My name is Mickey. Welcome to the big show. This is Mickey in the Middle, the quintessential show for middle Americans. People of all backgrounds, all futures. You are all welcome here. I don't know where you're from. I don't know whether you're overseas. I don't know whether you're here in the United States of America, but you are welcome to join us every single night, 9 p.m. Central, right here wherever I am, on Facebook Live. Later, I'll be posting this on Rumble and on Parler and on YouTube and everywhere else. Not that I've got anything to say, but if anybody wants to give me money for any of this content, I've decided that I'll take it. I mean, what's wrong with that, right? I'm an entrepreneur. You know, when I originally started this, I was like, hey, somebody needs to speak for middle Americans. And that's where the show started. I'm just trying to speak for middle Americans. This isn't fancy, or this isn't gee whiz stuff that I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is stuff that concerns us every single day. Like this morning. I woke up this morning, right there. I know I got a red, white, and blue thing. Believe me, I'm not too patriotic. I'm only almost all too patriotic. So I'm one of the most patriotic people I know. Everybody in America should be patriotic. Everybody in America should be patriotic. You want to know why? Because nobody's leaving. This land is my land. This land is your land. From California to the New York Harbor. It's all of ours. Nobody's leaving. So when you say, it's a white man's country, no, it's not a white man's country. Right? I wasn't here at the beginning. I just ended up here. I want to know when I become a Native American. How long do I have to be here before my children, my children's children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren are considered Native American? Because if it's going to be 100,000 years, I need to know this now so that when my children have children, I could look at them in the face and go, hey, I'm sorry, this isn't your land. You stole it. You stole the land, and we're going to have to go through about another 1,000 generations before this is actually, or you can go back to Ireland, France. Now, because if you go from France, all right, so I'm Irish, primarily Irish, 75% Irish, 25% French. However, my daughter is less, because my wife was Polish and French. So my daughter's got 50% French and 25% Irish, but don't tell her that. She's only 25% Irish. And then 25% Polish. How about that? So as we move down in the generations, she has fewer and fewer places to go because I'm not sure when people become native to wherever they're born. This is one of the crazy things, right? So I don't understand all of this talk about middle America being divisive and saying who owns stuff and who doesn't own stuff. We're all here in America. We're not going anywhere. I don't expect you to move. Please don't expect me to move. I'm not going to expect your children to move. You know what I want for you? I want for you to have all of the trappings of the middle American life. It's very simple to me. Be a good citizen. Be a good human. Do your best in order to provide food in your belly, roof over your head, education for your kids, make enough money so you can go to a park on the weekends, go swimming, go boating, go motorcycling, play guitars, have a campfire, have a picnic like we're going to have the Great American Picnic, which is going to be the 4th of July at noon everywhere in the country at a park, wherever there's a free park. Just pack up a picnic basket, throw a little bit extra in there, and then go meet 320 million of your neighbors that live in the United States of America. I don't know what you want to do every day. But here's what the thing is, how about if we're just people and we just go, hey, we're all here. Nobody's going anywhere. We should all get along. And how about that? How about if I'm not prejudiced and you are not prejudiced? How about if you treat me decently, I will treat you decently? How about if I have respect for you, you have respect for me? How about if we all obey the laws that the people up in Congress and the people in the state have set forward for us? It doesn't sound like it's that hard to me. If you need some educational assistance, there are a lot of programs out there that can help you educationally wise so you can improve your station in life. Myself, I joined the United States military in order to get the GI Bill. And then after 4 years, they were like, well, you can't stay here in the United States military anymore. You got to be moving on. And I was like, hey, but I really want to stay. And I found a couple of advocates that actually signed off and let me stay in the military a little while longer. And then I ended up staying for 30 years. So I used my educational benefits when I was in the United States military, much like many, almost all of the people in the military use those educational benefits. But my daughter went and got some college scholarships. And then she's working her way through college like I worked my way through college, like my wife worked her way through college. You know who paid for my wife's education? My wife and I paid for my wife's education. You know who's paying for my daughter's college education? She is, through scholarships and working. And then I help her out with things like insurance on her car and a little bit of help with the rent every now and then. You can improve your station in the United States of America through hard work, a little bit of intellect, having a little bit of vision. But we're all here in the country together. We're all here. We're not going to go anywhere. And right now we're all stuck in a horrible winter storm. The winter vortex. It's the winter vortex. I know it's burr. It does look cold. Let's see. Let me do this. Marty? Did somebody say Marty? Marty Gras was canceled. No, Mardi Gras is not canceled. So what we're doing is Mardi Gras is not a thing. Okay, just to be clear, I'm from Louisiana. Okay, Mardi Gras is not a thing. Mardi Gras is the thing. Nobody plans Mardi Gras. You have different crews that get together, and then they have parades. And each crew, wherever you are in the town, has their own parade. So you can't cancel them all. Mardi Gras is based on a religious holiday that has to do with Ash Wednesday. We're about to do Lent Lent is 40 days leading up to Easter. So it's not really a thing, but the party is on wherever you are. As a matter of fact, my dad and I were watching. People are decorating their houses like floats. So they're taking their houses and they're making up like floats, and then people can drive by and see the houses all decorated. So all the people that are on the cruise are doing that. Now, a crew has the parade, and then they make the floats, and then they throw the beads and the cups off of those, and little bitty stuffed animals and stuff. Mardi Gras is great, but Mardi Gras is not a thing. It's a whole bunch of things, and it's based on a religious holiday of Lent. That's why we have Fat Tuesday before Ash Wednesday. 40 days to Easter, approximately. They always screw that up. It's not 40 days to Easter, right? So anyway, we got a countdown to Easter and all the candy and the Easter egg bunny coming. Easter egg bunny, Easter bunny eggs coming. So there you go. All right, so Mardi Gras was canceled. Not where I am. I'm partying. It's Fat Tuesday. I'm partying. Hi, Susie. How you doing? Punta Conta sounds good. Hey, I'll go down to Mexico. We interrupt all the trappings of Middle American life for a picnic. Yes, we're going to interrupt life for a picnic on the 4th of July at noon in a park near you. Bring enough in your picnic basket to go ahead and share with somebody that you don't know that's out there. Hello, Steve Hayes down in Florida. Hello, Susie. How are you? All right, so what did I want to talk about today? So I wanted to start off with something that is happening in America, and I got to read this. I've got to read this first. A couple of days ago, I don't know how I missed this, but I kind of missed it, but I want to go back to it, right? Justin Timberlake apologized for being a dude. Did you know that? Did you know that Justin Timberlake, the singer, the dancer, the entertainer, the movie star, everything, he apologized for being a dude. Now, he did a couple of things. So one of the things that he did is he used to date Britney Spears when they were both young. I'm talking like 20 years ago. Now, at the time, he was world famous for being Justin Timberlake in a boy band. And Britney Spears was famous for being Britney Spears. And who didn't love Britney Spears? So anyway, later on in his career, Justin Timberlake did a Super Bowl halftime show with Janet Jackson. Woo, Miss Janet, if you please. Now, she is also famous. She is she is the sister of Michael Jackson and Jermaine Jackson and the Jackson 5. And she wasn't in the Jackson 5. So Janet Jackson went out on her own, and she made her own millions. She's got incredible albums. She's incredibly talented. I personally believe that she might rival Michael Jackson for having been the most successful Jackson. But she was making millions. And then they had a halftime show, Justin Timberlake and Janet Jackson. And you might remember that Janet Jackson's ta-ta popped out in the Super Bowl. It just did. I don't know how it happened. Everybody says it was a wardrobe malfunction. But apparently, Justin Timberlake is now taking the hit for ruining Janet Jackson's Super Bowl halftime show and crushing her career. So I want to show you this because it is hilarious, right? So here we go. So Justin Timberlake says, "I know I failed." Justin Timberlake issues an apology to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson. I would like to throw something out there. If you owe me an apology, could you just call me and say you're sorry? Can you just reach out to me and say, "Hey, I'm really sorry"? At minimum, send me a text message or send me a message that's personal to me and say, "Hey, look here, I apologize. There is a misunderstanding or I misunderstood something, and I would like to let you know that I would like to talk to you about this if you would like to talk to me about it. But call me first, text me second, email me third, messenger me fourth. But here is what Justin Timberlake did. Justin Timberlake sent out a tweet. I've seen the messages, tags, comments, and concerns, and I want to respond. I am deeply sorry for the times in my life where my actions contributed to the problem, where I spoke out of turn or did not speak up for what was right. I understand that I fell short in these moments and in many others, and benefited from a system that condones misogyny and racism. He's apologizing for being a dude. He's saying that he's misogynistic and racist. And I'm going to tell you what right now, I don't give a damn what Justin Timberlake says. He is neither misogynistic nor is he a racist. But they got him hook, line, and sinker. They're like, oh, come on, man. Remember the ta-ta that popped out? You owe Janet Jackson for that. Because apparently Janet Jackson has never been invited back to the Super Bowl, yet Justin Timberlake did the Super Bowl in like 2018. Is that the craziest thing? Can you imagine Justin Timberlake being a misogynist? When him and Britney Spears were dating and making millions and millions of dollars, of which he had to split with his boy band, but Britney was making all that money on her own. I'm just saying, it's crazy. And then to say, well, Janet Jackson didn't get another Super Bowl, but Justin Timberlake did. Well, that's because Janet Jackson stopped making music, but Justin Timberlake went out on his own, and he's been making music steadily over the last 20 years. I'm just saying. Here's the deal is, they were both in the Super Bowl together, and all of a sudden Justin Timberlake is apologizing, going, hey, I was working on my career, and I'm sorry for my career. I'm sorry that I didn't speak out for somebody else during my career. I'm sorry that the system is set up. I should have made room for other people and not taken deals and given them to minorities or women. It's crazy. And he didn't do it. He didn't do it specifically for a person. He did it in general. Like me walking out in the front yard and going, I'm sorry about the snow, everybody. Is he crazy? Let us continue. I specifically want to apologize to Britney Spears and Janet Jackson, both individually, because I care for and respect these women, and I know I failed. So if you want to apologize individually, call them? Just saying. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Let's see. Oh, Mickey, I'm sorry. Oh, what did I do? That's a cool idea, Mickey. I'm sorry. Sorry I cut the orders that sent you to the crappy places you had to go. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Part of the oppressor victim attitude being forced on us. Thanks, Mark. Cammy says, please, epic failure again, Justin. And here's the deal is, man, that dude makes some great money. He's fun to be around. He's funny. He's respectful. He's got the looks. He's got the, and here, who knows what's going through his mind? It's nuts. Okay, I'll jump in. I'm sorry. I'm on the sorry bandwagon too. You should be, Steve Hayes. I've seen you in operation, and you are definitely none of the above. You're just a good dude, doing what good dudes do. So I won't let you apologize unless you make a tweet and you send it out to 4 or 5 million people and have it picked up by Entertainment News. And then Tor Black, I haven't been invited to the Super Bowl, and I blame Mickey. I demand an apology. I will tweet an apology later today. It's all my fault. Tweet. Oh, shit. I can't do that. I got rid of my Twitter account. So at Mickey Spillane is no longer a thing. So to all of my Twitter followers, I kicked them to the curb, so now I'm doing Facebook Live until I get totally picked up on YouTube and Rumble and Parler and MeWe, whatever that is. I also like that. It's just it's like Facebook. It's a little bit different, but I really like it. So it's Me, and I really like it, and I pay for it, so I don't think they're gonna throw me off. They might. So, last part of this. I also feel compelled to respond in part because everyone involved deserves better, and most importantly, because this is a larger conversation that I wholeheartedly want to be a part of and grow from. Listen, if you're really going to be misogynistic, go all the way, dude. I mean, if you're going to apologize for stuff that you might have done 20 years ago when you were dating Britney Spears, or a wardrobe malfunction in the Super Bowl, and then you're going to say that your career has been more successful than Janet Jackson's, who's had an unbelievable, she's still making millions of dollars every year off of her albums and off of her work previously, so just because you are too doesn't mean that their careers have to be as big as yours. And I would say that given the day-to-day operations, Janet Jackson was bigger than you, Justin. Britney Spears, bigger than you. If you had your own show in Las Vegas like Britney, well, I don't know whether Britney did that. She was offered that. Right? So Britney could have gone to Las Vegas and done her own show, and people would have flocked to that. She'd still be making millions and millions of dollars. You want to know why? Because Britney Spears is just freaking awesome. Might be a little crazy, but here's what the thing is. As an artist, you have to be able to express yourself. And when you express yourself, people go, well, that's crazy. No, it's not crazy. It's just different than what you would do. Well, she shaved her head. Well, guess what? I've shaved my head. A lot of people have shaved their head. I know women that have shaved up one side and put stripes on the other. I just saw people with purple, blue, and pink, purple, and blue hair. It happens all the time. If you start labeling people as crazy, then that does no good. Here's the thing. We have to understand everybody as they come. And then we can't go, well, my life was better than yours, so therefore I'm a misogynist. Dude, you were just working on your career. I can't believe that you were racist. I've seen you do too many performances with too many people of color and too many people that were gay and too many people that were not in the traditional cis sense. So you can't tell me that you're transphobic. You can't tell me that you're homophobic. You can't tell me that you're misogynist. You cannot convince me that you're a racist. So bad on you, Justin Timberlake, for putting this out. That is just uncool. And by the way, if you want to talk about this, come on down. I will go and drink a beer with you, and I will tell you about the way the world is supposed to work. Right now, my daughter is going to be graduating as a chemical engineer from Oklahoma State University in a couple of months. If we had a system that was against women, do you really think that she would be able to do that? There are more women doctors graduating than men doctors graduating. I'm not going to get into the whole things that people pick as a career thing, but people make their own choices. Everybody makes their own choices. Some of the people, the most brilliant people that I know, are not like me. They're not like me. Some of them are like me, but most of them are not. So, there you go. I don't have a Twitter, says Tor Black. Hey, there you go. So I will apologize to you, Tor, and everybody that I've hurt in the past. Please forgive me for my sins. before I did not know what I was doing. And apparently I was just being me, but me was not good enough. So I would like to apologize to everybody that is not me for somehow oppressing you unknowingly in my times of me being me. And if I got promoted to the next rank in the Air Force, or if I decided to not go into business that you were in, or if I got a contract with somebody that you did not get, or if I have said something insensitive because I think shit's funny, I apologize for me being me trying to be funny, me having a sense of humor, and me trying to be the loving, understanding, middle American, misogynistic, chauvinistic, anti-trans, anti-gay, anti-Semite, racist that I am. And I apologize to you, Tor. So, Torrance, I love you, man. I know. So, hey, look, that's going to be it for tonight. I just wanted to come on here, show you guys a little bit of love. Listen, we've got bad weather out there. The grinder pumps in my neighborhood started, the weather went out in my neighborhood in Arkansas, and then everybody went to the bathroom, and we have what they call grinder pumps, and then a bunch of pipes froze, and then the grinder pumps, the electricity came back on. All of the grinder pumps came on all at once. They tried to put all of the sewage through the system at once, and it started throwing up in our fountain in Greystone. So we had to call them out. So anyway, if you have a pool, if you have a dog, if you have one other thing. Brian, my neighbor Brian, I need to thank you. Thank you for taking care of the geese that are on the pond. Thank you for breaking up the ice enough to give them an area where they can float so that they can stay warm. And the way that a goose works is if you put a goose on ice, the goose might freeze to the ice. But that's if a goose has a hole, then the water that's not frozen, you know that it's at least 32 degrees temperature in the water. So a goose actually sits in the water because it's not below freezing, and that's the warmest place on the planet for a goose. So thank you very much for making a hole in the ice, Brian. I greatly appreciate it, so the geese can eat, so that they can drink, and so that they can be a little bit warmer than they otherwise would have been. What else we got? All right, hold on. Let me just make sure. Misogyny, trim video. Gina Serrano is still canceled, but somebody's trying to pick her up. Brian Evans. Timberlake apologizes. And then two things. So there was this dude. I watched Gutfeld the other day, and they were talking about cancel culture. And they said the strange thing about cancel culture is if you're in a system that believes in canceling people, when you cancel somebody, you literally throw them out of a club that cancels people in the club. I want you to think about that. The dude's name was Joe Manchi, M-A-C-H-I. He's a comedian. He does regularly on the Gutfeld show, who is also a comedian, but he's a libertarian, so he's not either left or right. He's kind of like out there on their own, like me. So anyway, I want you to think about that. If you're in a club that cancels the people in your club, when you throw them out, you're still in a club that cancels its members. What does that tell you about cancel culture? That's why I don't cancel people. You can stay on my feed. You can stay on my feed. You can follow me. I'm not going to throw you off if you say mean things about me. I don't care. You can't hurt my feelings. I've had some people say some nasty things about me, but you can't cancel me either. So I've got an income. I'm doing all right. I hang out with my dad right over here. So, and then the other thing he said that cancel people actually become free. So I thought that was great. So if you get canceled, congratulations, now you're free. And that's going to be the show for tonight. So thank you very much for joining me, everybody. This has been Mickey in the Middle. My name is Mickey. It's a quintessential show for middle Americans where we like to have a little bit of fun. Thank you for tuning in every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Central, right here wherever I am and right there wherever you are. Remember to like, share, ring the notification bell. Let me know what your thoughts are about everything that I talked about. Make sure that you stay in touch. I'll be back here, good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central. These have been my very carefully considered opinions, and these opinions are nothing but my own. So, stick with your guns, you be you, you have a great night, and remember to live, laugh, and love. Peace, everybody. See ya. Love you, Torrance. Oh, I got to talk about The Bachelor. I'll talk about The Bachelor tomorrow.